Hey guys, this is Jamila Tula and I am here for another DIY tutorial. Yesterday we did a 9 by 12 class envelope and today I'm going to show you how to do a 6 by 9. Yes, and I did two different variations in the ways you can use your paper. So for example, here's just one with some white cardstock. So you have the flap at the closer at the bottom, 6 by 9, and then on the top you have where your clasp would be, you have a decorative flap. So this would be a 6 by 9. Perfect. You could use it to mail. You could do mail art. You could use it as pages in a junk journal. So you take and you'd have a 6 by 9 journal. Take it. You could punch some holes here. You could you could use a binding. You could do all kinds of stuff. If you wanted to actually use like a hidden binding system, you could just slice this edge open, and or you could have it long ways and then just don't close the bottom up. So there's that. And here's another one. And of course, junk journal, junky ladies. You can always use these as the basis for your pages. So here's another 6 by 9 envelope that I did with a pattern paper on the outside. And you could do it inside, outside, doesn't matter. It's just showing that you can mix up your papers. So on this side, it's this. And then when you turn your envelope over, I just used white cardstock so that you can save your pretty pattern paper for the outside. Or you could do it, you have options of how you want to play with your paper. And then, of course, I did a decorative thing on here. So let me go ahead and get to showing you how to do this 6 by 9. It's very simple. This time around, what you will need is your scoreboard. You will need your cutter, your stylus, some scissors, some tape runner or ATG or any glue you want. If you want a decorative flap, you'll want some kind of edge punch. Excuse me. And you will need 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 paper. So the first thing you're going to do is take that 8.5 and cut it down so that it is, so you have your 8.5 by 11 piece. There you go, 8.5 by 11. And you're going to want to cut this 8.5 by 11 to 6 by 9. So go ahead and cut that at 6. And then cut it this way at 9. And then put that piece to the side. So I already cut that piece for you. The next piece that you want to cut, and let me reiterate the cutting instructions. Remember, pay attention to what pattern you want on the outside of the envelope and pay attention to the direction of your print. So 8.5 by 11, this one you want to cut down to 7 by 9. So on the 8.5 by 11, cut it 7 inches. Okay? And then that's the only cut you do on that page. Then you'll have this piece left. So the piece that you have here is going to be 7 by 11. Okay, so just put that to the side for a minute. Then you are left with this teeny, what is it? This piece here. So we're going to cut it down to 6. So just put that on the 6 mark and cut it to 6. Okay. And then pretty much this is your scrap piece. You can put that over there and there you go. Okay, next you are going to take your, we'll just take this little piece in that's here. Take this piece, which is going to be the bottom, the closing part of your envelope. And you're going to put it in your scoreboard and score it at half. It measures 1.5 inches, so you're going to score it at 3/4, which is right down the center. Oops. Okay, make sure it stays in a groove. And if you have thick paper, you might want to score it on the front and the back, just so that it scores easily or folds easily. Okay, then just go ahead and fold that in half and make sure you get your whatever you want on the outside of the envelope. Okay, so mine has a texture. I want that on the outside, so fold it that way. Take your scissors, go from the outside corner of the fold in. So we're just going to cut a diagonal, miter that corner. See that? And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now if you want to, you could always cut a thicker piece, and you could do a decorative border on this side as well. Okay, you just have to make sure that when you fold it, it's as wide or as deep as your decorative edge that you want. Okay, so just fold that down a little bit. There you go. Move that to the side. Okay, now take your 7 by 11 piece. Okay. You're going to put it so that the pattern, and so you can see I have this basil sticker, so I'll just leave it there for you. You're going to do 1/2 inch. So come out here, score it at 6.5. Bam. I'll do it twice. And then I'm just going to turn it around because it's kind of easier to do for me. And then 6.5 again. So 1/2 inch on each side. Okay. So you have 1/2 inch score lines. See that? Then turn it the 11 inch side, and you're going to score it at 9. Because we're making a 6 by 9. So, whoops, where's my 9? There we go. So score it at 9. So what you should have looks like this. Okay, can you see the score marks? Score mark here, score mark at the bottom, and you have this score mark here. Okay, then you'll notice that there is this cross section. See here? We're going to cut that out. Okay, so just take your scissors. I'm going to move our scoreboard now because we're all done with that. You're going to take your scissors and cut out this area. I'll mark it for you just so you can see it extra. You're going to cut out this area here. That makes sense? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Just cut. And cut. So just cut out that little area. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so now that I have both of these corners cut out, I'm going to go ahead and fold. Make sure you're folding so that your pattern or texture is on the outside. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this just to burnish it down. Now, before we glue it together, because it'll be easier to do it now than it will be if you put it together. Now, obviously, you can take your decorative punch and you're going to do this. So, center it in your punch like this. Line it up. And if you have one of these EK Success / Martha Stewart punches, it has the line up. It shows you how to line it up right here. So you just match those together. Move those out of the way. And so now you have this pretty decorative edge. You know? Okay. Now I'm going to trim these little corners. We're going to miter these just like we did before. So just take that little corner, cut it like that. Do the same thing on this side. You can do it on the bottom, but I don't really need to because of what I'm going to use them for. So turn it back over. And I'm not even really going to remove the basil sticker. Put some glue right there. And we're about to seal this bad boy up. Yeah. So if you like this tutorial, thumbs up. Please share it on social media. So, and if you make some, please give credit. Point them to this video. Put it in your description box so that other people can use it and they'll come back and maybe visit some other channels, some of my other videos. Thumbs up. Okay, now I'm going to put my 6 by 9 on top here. Okay, make sure whatever pattern or texture you want is at the top. And I'm going to line it up. I'm going to start at the bottom on the edge. Okay, so just line it up on one side. So you have it looks like that. And see, if you wanted to, you could stop right here and use this in your journal. You could just put your holes in there, sew it together, then you have a little decorative flap for whatever reason, or you could turn it this way and you have a pocket down here. Oops, I stuck that together. Okay, so there's lots of ways you can use this, not just as a closed envelope. So then go back and do the other side. Okay, so there we go. This is going to fold down here. Now, at this point, if you wanted to use it for like a mini album page with a like hidden hinge binding, you could just leave this open and stick your hidden hinge. And actually, this would act like a hidden hinge too. You know, put that in there and then it's attached. But we're going to go ahead and fold it up, close it up for an envelope. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys going. Put your tape or glue, whatever you're going to use, on your flaps. Don't go in the center. Okay. Alright. So leave the actual fold, leave that score line unglued, untaped, whatever. Okay. So it gives you some leeway for your page to open up. Then just go ahead and line this up. We're going to line this up here at the bottom. Do not go over your score mark. You want to actually lay it down. I'll show you once I get it laid down. Okay, so here's your score line. See that? It's actually just a little bit to the other side. Okay, and then do the same thing on the other side. Just fold it up. Get rid of any excess glue. I always over tape. I don't know why. Because I don't like things falling apart. And there you go. There's your 6x9 envelope. That looks so wonderful. And then, of course, yesterday, or in the previous video, whenever you're watching this, is your 9x12. So, hope you enjoyed that. See you later. Bye.